Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for watching another video. Tonight we're going to be having a look at one of Mcusta's most popular knife lines because you can see it's available in many different handle options and a couple of really great steel options. This is the Classic Wave. And as always, guys, if at the ending of the video you want to purchase one of these awesome knives from Mcusta and help support the channel, make sure you check out the link in the description below because we do get a commission if you purchase one of these knives. And of course, before getting started, just want to thank the good folks out at Mcusta for sending me these knives to review. Let's get started. Now basically all of these knives have the same specifications and features with one major difference. On the left you have the 3-layer San Mai Damascus steel, and on the right you have straight VG10. So here's what we're going to do. I got them paired off. We're going to go right down the line here from lightest to darkest. Let's get started. Now because these knives basically have the same specifications, we're going to be using the blue Micarta to do your size reference. So here it is next to a permanent marker just so you get a better idea for the overall size of this knife. Let's have a look at it vertically. There it is with the blade open. And back to vertical. Let's take a quick measurement with the blade closed here from tip to tip. Looks like it's just about 4.5 inches overall length with the blade closed. And a quick measurement with the blade open from the tip of the blade to the end of the handle, just about 7.5 inches overall length. Let's have a look at the top of the knife here so you get a better idea for the overall thickness of this knife. All right, here's a pair of chopsticks. Here is the thicker side. Here is the smaller side. And I think it's going to be more in line with that. Let's bring the ruler back in. Going across this way, from scale to scale, you got just about 1/2 inch thick. Next up, we're going to have a look at blade thickness. Now, the straight VG10 ones have a clip point, and the Damascus ones have a drop point, and we already know the drop point one's gonna have a thicker blade. Let's have a look at it. Let's have a look at the thickness of the spine here, and that is a chunker. I bet you could fit 2 US quarters on there. Absolutely. Now this is the straight VG10 version. This has a clip point blade, so it's a little bit thinner, and you can see that portion right there is probably the same thickness as a US quarter. Alright, let me get you guys some weight references so you know how much weight you're going to be putting in your pocket. So that is a Damascus Corian coming in at about 3.6 ounces. And here is the straight VG10, also coming in at 3.6 ounces. Right, this is the Ironwood Damascus drop point, coming in at 3.5 ounces. And here is the VG10 Ironwood with clip point, 3.4 ounces, really close. Blue Micarta drop point with Damascus, 3.6 ounces. Man, these are all really close. And VG10, 3.6 ounces. Black Pakawood drop point Damascus coming in at 3.4 ounces. And here is the VG10 clip point, also coming in at 3.4 ounces. Just incredibly consistent across the line. And just to give you guys a weight reference, if you're wondering what 3.4, 5, or 6 ounces feels like, well, if you got a deck of cards around the house, weighs almost as much as that. Let's go back to the blue Micarta to have a look at all of the features that these knives have in common. Starting off with your opening mechanism. You have dual thumb studs. You can open this with your right or your left thumb. It has an anodized pivot pin that's riding on Teflon washers, and it is absolutely lightning quick and smooth. And this is a liner lock, so this stainless steel lining on here has an arm that when the blade is flicked open, the arm will swing over and lock at the tang and the base of the blade here. To close it, all you got to do is move it on the side, close it up with one hand. Over to the Ironwood version so I can show you these beautiful contoured finger grooves in here. And as you can see, it kind of looks like a bunch of waves here. And it really does fit your thumb really nicely. You can see the milling here, how that's cut, beautifully done. Lanyard hole in the back, and we have no back spacer here, just standoffs. You can see straight through it, very easy to clean this. And I like the fact that there's no back spacer. It saves on a lot of weight, and it just gives this knife a nice open and light look. Last thing I want to show you guys before getting into the side-by-side comparisons is this awesome pocket clip. Look how deep this thing is. Love the way they put a hole here so you can see the pivot through it. And I love the way that this is designed. These little curves in here that bend around to follow the wave. Here's a look at the profile. It's a nice pocket clip. Pocket clips are not reversible to the other side, and this knife is tip down, carry only. And here is a quick look at what this is going to look like when you stuff it down into your pocket. Just vanishes. Look at how cool that looks. Your profile view, not even there. Gorgeous pocket clip. Let's get into the differences of these knives. And of course, one of the major ones is the different types of handles that you can put on here. So this is Corian. Same kind of stuff you can get for your countertops. And I just wanted to give you guys a close-up so you can see what the texturing is like in here. This is smooth. Same kind of milling as we've seen on the Ironwood. But you can see the flex in here. Different colors of flex. And that is the Corian handle. Next up is the Ironwood handles, and I love these because you can see the wood grain and what direction that they're running in because it's a lighter color. Love the way these look. It almost has a three-dimensional look when you look through this certain angles. Beautiful Ironwood. Over to the blue Micarta. It's one of my favorite handle materials for knives. Lightweight, high performance, durable in many different conditions, and I love the way that it's stacked. So when you mill it, you can see it all the way around. Absolutely gorgeous. And over to the black Pakawood. Ooh, you can still see the wood grain in here and what direction it's running. A little bit more subdued than the Ironwood. It's going to be tough to choose between these two if you're into the wood. But still, a very nice material for a handle. Let's have a quick look at the differences between these two blade options. So on top here, we have the drop point. Down here is a clip point. And this is one of my favorite blade profiles because it just looks like it wants to slice into something. Look at that. Beautiful, sinister looking swedge here. Right up to that clip point, just kind of comes up like that. Love the way that looks. Satin finish. And again, this is a straight VG10. More on that a little bit later, but I love that. Into the drop point. Now, this is going to be a blade. It's very simple. Right? It just drops down here. It's going to have a thicker spine. So it's going to be a stronger blade. You're going to have more mass behind the edge. You can see there the difference. That's why this is going to be the better slicer. Both of these have sharpening choils. That's going to help you sharpen the entirety of this edge from the tip of the blade down to the base. And really, it's going to be up to you which one you want to get. Now, as far as the grinds go, this is pretty much flat right up here to the shoulder. All right, so that's the clip point. Let's have a look at the drop point. It should be about the same thing. Yeah, pretty much flat. Easy to maintain, easy to sharpen. Let's talk about the two steels we have on the table here. So this one here is VG10 satin finish. And this was back in the day one of the original super steels and still is an all-around great performer. It's got good toughness. 15% chromium is going to give it really good corrosion resistance. It's easy to sharpen, easy to maintain, good edge retention, and it takes a really razor sharp edge. And with this other option, we basically have a VG10 core with Damascus steel on the outside, and you can see where that VG10 core is right here. So the way you make Damascus is you basically have two types of whatever steel, and you tend to just stack them how you want. So we're just going to go alternating like this, and you can go as many layers as you want. You can fold it over as many times as you want, but basically you get your billets, you mix them up, you weld them together, and then you forge them, and that's what makes that wavy pattern. So let's say now you have your two Damascus billets here. Now you're going to put your VG10 in the middle. You're going to stack them together, weld them together, and then forge them. That's how you get San Mai, 3 layers. Once again, guys, these are the classic wave knives from Mcusta, made in Seki, Japan. If you're looking for a great EDC knife that's got really good steel options, a ton of different handle options, all while maintaining that ridiculously high standard of quality from Japan, these might be a great option for you. Well, alright guys, this is the ending of the video. Remember, if you want to purchase any of these knives, make sure you check out the link in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.